You see the title of today's video, your girl is back again with another commentary video. I don't know if y'all heard or if I'm being the bearer of bad news. The U.S. Department of Education just hit us with a email stating they're resuming collections on defaulted student loans starting May the 5th. Yeah, they said if you're in default, you might be hearing from debt collectors or getting automatically enrolled to a income-based payment plan, whether you got the funds or not. I got this email on April the 27th, and they said they're implementing this on May the 5th. They didn't even give me 14 days.
My response to the student loan situation is, guess I'm going for my PhD after this. Guess I'm going for my PhD. Then I'm going to start over. I might become a veterinarian or something. I don't know.
Personally, when they ended the zero interest forbearance in 2023, I got scared and I just started paying my loans back because during that time, you were really able to get ahead because we didn't have to pay interest on it. So I took advantage during that time. But I do get it. Like, let's look around. The economy is trash. The job market is confusing. The stock market is literally on life support right now. Like, let's not even get started on the housing market. So for them to just pop up and say, hey, you got my money, that's absolutely diabolical.
I'm going to keep posting about this all day because this is bullshit. I went and logged into my federal loan account and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000 fucking dollars. In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years, and that shit has almost doubled. You want to know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, that this is somehow our fault, while cheering on banks and auto industries and Elon fucking Musk getting subsidies of millions of dollars a day. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is rigged against us can get fucked.
I had my wages garnished for student loans. That shit sucked. I've had them take my tax return for student loans. That shit pissed me off. I say that to say, calm down. It was a process. It didn't just happen overnight. They sent me letters. They told me if I didn't start paying that they were going to take the money. They told me how much they were going to take out. I went out. I got a second job. I survived. I honestly don't even remember how long it lasted. They actually took too much and had to pay me back. And I was getting my wages garnished when I was only making like $25,000 a year. So a bitch was broke. I still got PTSD from that shit. But I made it. So come up with a plan, budget, go back to school, do whatever it is you need to do to make sure that you are okay if they start garnishing your wages. I saw someone say too that they can't garnish your hustle. So do some side shit where you get paid in cash. Hopefully that'll make up for the lack of income. I don't know, but the shit sucks. So I get it. I just wanted to let you guys know that you'll be okay.
I'm not paying back my student loans. I do not care. Oh, but what about your credit score? What am I going to do with a good credit score? Buy a house on starvation wages? Buy a car I can't afford to insure? I'm not paying them back. I don't give a shit about my credit score. Oh, they're going to garnish your wages. Most of us are underemployed. If they start taking additional money out of my paycheck, I just won't work. My life will not get worse. I'm not going to have the money anyway, so you can't garnish what isn't there. I grew up in a far-right, conservative, hardcore Republican family. And since like kindergarten, I have been conditioned to believe that if I did not go to college, I would not be successful. I was told that if I locked in, got great grades in high school, got into college, focused, and got my degree, that I would have a life similar to the life my parents had, where my dad worked one job for like 35 years, was able to buy a house and go on vacation and support his family. That doesn't exist anymore. There's no jobs out there with pension plans. There's no jobs out there that let people my age just like buy a house. So what was all that work for? Generations of Americans have been told that if they went to college and they did the right thing, took out these loans, that it would be worth it. And most of us are finding out it's not even remotely close to worth it. You're telling me these millionaires and billionaires were able to get these PPE loans forgiven that they took out during the pandemic for millions of dollars, but I have 30 grand in college debt left and I'm refusing to pay it back and now I'm the problem?
Everyone's always like, Brenda, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing a full-time job and posting on TikTok all the dang time? It's because I have $78,327 in student loans. And you want to know how much unpaid interest I accrued in the month of February? $523.93. And this is me paying at least a minimum of $2,000 per month. Started with a little bit over $150-something thousand because I had the bright idea of going to grad school so that I can graduate in a healthcare job to help people but not get paid enough for the amount of student loans I had to take out. Now, my fault, I went to a private university, but still, it shouldn't be this hard to pay off student loans. But based on my PT salary alone, there is absolutely no way that I could pay this much with just that salary alone and live a breathable, decent life. Make it make sense?
Trump is gonna start going after everyone who has any type of federal student loan. And I honestly want some input on this. How are people feeling? He's going to start garnishing your wages. If you haven't paid in the last 5 years, there's also 5 million people that have an open federal student loan. So to the 5 million of you, what are you guys going to do when he starts coming for your paychecks? How are you guys going to survive? Because this economy is already crazy, and now he's going to start taking money out of 5 million people's paychecks. I'll let y'all discuss in the comments.
I don't know if y'all saw, but starting May 5th, they're supposed to be garnishing wages for student loans if your stuff is in default or if you haven't been making payments. Y'all, what the hell are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because they want people at the last moment to have, like, what will basically have to happen is a lot of people, myself included, are going to have to rearrange their entire lives financially in order to cover whatever the fuck they are planning on doing to get these student loans. I'll be honest, I'm a first generation graduate, bitch. Getting through college was hard enough. Now that I have to, Lord, I don't even want to think about having to pay it back. The loans are so predatory. There is no reason why your average everyday citizen should have to pay more than corporations that have been bailed out by the government. Like, there's no way that we should be paying a higher interest rate than them, to the point where people have to go to their graves in debt, even though we're all willing to pay it. Like, frankly, I'll be honest, I think education should be free. However, if I did have to pay back my student loans, I'm cool with doing that, but that interest rate, it has to come down. It's impossible to pay that, like, especially with a recession, inflation, like, and all the other things, life expenses, you name it. Something got to give. So my question to y'all is, what the fuck is we doing? Yeah, let me know, because I'm going to need some answers.
Taking 15% of your wages towards student loans. Y'all, I've been ignoring student loans since I've been in school. If y'all know how much I owe in student loan, y'all would think I went to school to be a lawyer. And it's a degree that wasn't even providing me a decent lifestyle. I was just living off vibes. So you mean to tell me I went to school and y'all lied to me? Y'all wanted me to go out there and do triple the work to get a degree. Y'all, I owe so much money. I'm in Texas, so we don't have state tax. 15%. Hell, you might as well go ahead and add 5 more. Add 10. Because that's the state tax. I cannot believe this. I just had to pull over, y'all. My head started throbbing. I'm about to get a headache. They're doing this in a couple of weeks, y'all. I gotta go do deferment. I gotta go do something, y'all. We can't get away from this. People are even already saying that their credit score has dropped from a 700 something to a 500 something. Oh my gosh, my credit score. 15%, whether you have it or not, as of May 5th. So long as you have money in your bank account, they are taking it. Matter of fact, financial aid just called me the other day and I hung up on them. Not in the mood, don't have it. I'm living off life. I'm vibing. This man really said, you know what? Let's make the rich richer. Let's make the others.
So when I started to see all the student loan stuff and all I seen was wages being garnished, I was like, oh Lord, no. I can't even lie. For a second, I was like, a little bit of fear came over me. But then I'm like, hold on. We do not live by the spirit of fear. But just so that I'm up to date, I'm like, let me log on my Nailnet and just see where I'm at and figure the rest out. But what I did learn from TikTok is, which I feel like I kind of knew this, but it helped it put it all into perspective. Default, deferment, and forbearance are all different things. If your loans are in default, which basically means that you should have been paying and you didn't pay, which we all know it's too much. So if you weren't paying, I do not blame you. But basically, if your loans are in default, then your wages will possibly, hopefully not, hopefully this just goes away. Your wages could possibly be garnished and all that other stuff. But if your loans are in forbearance or deferment, then you're good. My student loans are in forbearance until October of 2026. So that gives me time not to figure anything out, because I have been believing and praying that my student loans will be forgiven completely in Jesus' name. But yeah, this is crazy, because I've been seeing credit scores dropping. My credit score is rising, so I would like it to keep rising. And yeah, so just make sure you go onto your Nelnet account or whatever your account is. Just look at your status. And I also, even Nelnet had like something that basically said, if all your loans are serviced by Nelnet, you won't be contacted, because Nelnet does not service defaulted student loans. So if you have Nelnet, just know that you are in the clear, that your loans are not in default, because they do not service those. Because usually if you're in defaulted, that means you're in debt collections, which sucks. But that's just a little tidbit. And yeah, this is just a reminder, just to go. I know we all try not to look at our student loans, because I'd be like, out of sight, out of mind. Just go look at the status of everything. And even, I think you could even apply for forbearance if you want to. Like, I've been seeing some people do that and they get approved easily. I am in the stage where I am applying for it to be removed off my credit and for it to be forgiven.
I'm not one to complain about the consequences of my action, so this might come as news to you guys. I too have student loan debt. Now it's below $20,000. I could pay my student loan debt off right now. As a matter of fact, I should, but I'm not gonna. And for the people who don't have student loan debt, for the people who didn't go to college, you might not know this. There's a quiet little secret being kept. Motherfucker, you could defer them student loans to the cows come home. You understand me? And I went to community college, so again, my student loan debt isn't outrageous, it's not crazy, nothing going on with it all a lot. But I know quite a few people who have bachelor's degrees, and they went to, like, I'm in Jacksonville, so I went to FSCJ. They went to UNF. They went to FAM. They went to JU. You know, when you start talking to people who went to private colleges, there are people who are six figures in debt, and they got a bachelor's degree out of it. Bro, they need the student loan forgiveness, bro. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They're going to be in debt until they die if somebody doesn't forgive it. They need that shit. Like, for me, money is good, bro. Again, I could pay my shit off right now. I'm not going to. But, like, if push comes to shove, I have no problem paying all my fucking student loan debt off. Like, I just don't get what y'all get from hating on people they just trying to get, shit. There's so many people. There's 35-year-olds right now with a bachelor's degree, and they haven't made a dent. They haven't made a smidgen of a dent in that debt. They haven't started their lives yet. Because the debt, it got the foot on their neck.
Y'all realize the solution to pretty much all of the problems that we're dealing with right now, including the student loan thing, is literally just non-compliance, right? Oh no, they're going to make me pay my student loan. With what money? I mean, seriously, if everyone just says no, everyone says fuck no, what do you think's going to happen? But, you know, there's going to be some little I have to do everything by the book person out there that's going to be like, I have to or else. Y'all act like the majority of the decisions that you make in life are life and death when they're not. When actually most of you probably haven't been confronted with real life or death scenarios in your life. The power of no. Use it. Because you know the most powerful word against any narcissist or any unfair system is no. I mean, fuck, the hippie generation did it, and they were the least confrontational generation that I can think of. They were just like, fuck no, let's go roll naked in a field and listen to music and do as many drugs as possible, and nobody stopped them. Works against men, works against jobs, and it works in this situation too. So instead of being a scared little bitch ass, worried about everything in the world, just start saying no, in solidarity with everybody else. I promise you, it is not that hard. Because standing in solidarity with a very large group of people is actually going to say something. They're not going to arrest everybody. They're not going to drop a bomb on every single fucking protest. So what? Your credit goes down. Were you going to buy a house anyway?
I don't think you guys are hearing me. I don't think you guys are hearing me. I just saw somebody say they owe $330,000 in student loans. $330,000. I don't even use the degree I went to school for. So I was never paying back no student loans. Once I use my degree in my 9 to 5, then we can talk. We're not talking. I've been graduated from college since 2019 and I'm still not using the degree I went to college for. I already forgave myself for my student loans. So personally, I didn't need you guys to forgive me. In my head, $0 owed. $0.
So y'all heard from the people. We got a lot of mixed opinions and emotions. And I do want to make it very frank. Are not saying we do not owe and we should not be expected to pay back, because we did sign the dotted line at 16, 17, 18. We did make that decision that we were going to pay them back no matter how many loans we took out. That's not what I have an issue with. The gag is the government, Congress, they forgive everything else. They forgive a whole bunch of big banks. They forgave PPP loans. People took out PPP loans, didn't even have a business, and that was forgiven. But student loan borrowers cannot be forgiven for trying to better themselves. I feel like a lot of times in America, we get messed over for trying to better ourselves. When we get car insurance, we get fucked over. We get health insurance. A lot of times there's curves and deductibles and things that we have to meet. And it feels like, why am I getting punished for doing the right thing? People that pay their taxes and go to college and do everything the right way get punished in this economy, in this society. And then on the other end of that, if you decided not to go to college and further your education, you may be living in a society where you're getting paid less than a livable wage. And then those that did decide to go to college and indebted themselves to further their education for a promising future, they have to pay the debt and the taxes on people that may be on government assistance due to the fact that they did not further their education or go to trade school or just learn a simple skill. Let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Are you a part of the percentage of us that have student loan debts, or are you debt free? I want to hear from everybody.